Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Anna Angeline and I'm the author of the Glory MC series as well as the Moonrise Beach series. Today's video is going to be my 2021 journal lineup. So these are all the journals that I'm going to be using for 2021. As you can see, I do have quite a lot of Hobonichi items here, but I do have a couple of bullet journal Leuchttrum notebooks as well. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of my 2020 lineup and what I've been using, and then also this lineup and show you what's changing and what I'm keeping. So let's quickly get started. I think I'm gonna go with the Leuchttrums first just because I have only two of those. So I'm gonna move these guys out of the way for a second. So these two are KKK covers. They are the A5 notebook covers. This one is the Love Life or Love Your Life cover, and then this one is the A Little Luxury. So they're really pretty. I like them because of the pocket configuration. So this is where you would slip in your bullet journal, and then you do have several card slots, and then at the back is another area where you would slip in the cover. So actually what I have in here is one of the Leuchttrum1917 bullet journal. This is the hardcover version. This one is with the muted color Bellini, so I really like it. I thought it matched really well with this cover, and I always get the dotted version, but they also do have a blank version, a lined version, as well as the grid. These are all numbered pages, and you do get 251 pages. You do also get the two bookmarks, and then you also have the gusseted pocket with some extra stickers for your labeling and also archiving purposes. So for me, I just put the elastic around here because I'm not going to be using it with this particular cover. And I'll just slip it in here on the front and back, and it fits with the hardcover. Leuchttrum also does a soft cover version, but it doesn't have as many pages. But I find that this works perfectly here. So I have two of them. So I actually have the same kind of notebook, but in the powder pink color. So this one I'm going to be using as my goals bujo, and then this one is my morning journal. So when I wake up, the first thing I do every morning is I write in this journal, and it can be a whole page, it can be several pages, it can only be a few sentences. But every single day for the past 2 years I've been doing this, and I find it very beneficial. In the mornings I definitely have quite a lot on my chest that I want to get out, and so having a journal that doesn't have any dates in it is great for that, so I can just write away as much as I like and get anything that's on my chest off, and I just find it to be a really great practice. So that is going to be my morning journal for 2021. I used the exact same system last year and it's been working great, so I'm definitely keeping this. This is the exact same setup like I said, but it just has a pink cover, and this one I'm using as my goals bujo. So basically every month I map out my goals for the month. At the beginning of the month I will set them all out, and then at the end of the month I will also do like a monthly reflection. I used to do my goals in my ring planners several years ago, but I just find that having it in an actual notebook is much more better. I like to look back on a lot of my spreads just so that I can see how my progress is going. So having everything in one notebook works for that. And I just do a bullet journal style. I don't really show it often because my goals are obviously very personal. So that's why I haven't really showed it. However, this is a system that works great for me, and I'm definitely going to continue using it. So that is what I'm using for my goals and my morning journal. Next up is the Hobonichi Techos. So I have the Avec version. So that just means that you have the year split into two. So this one would be January to June, and this one would be July to December. This is what I'm going to be using as my daily journal. I love this size. I think it's one of my favorite ways to journal, and I actually have a whole setup video on this particular journal, the January to June of 2021. I already have it up on my channel, so I will link that for you if you haven't checked it out. But this is the Dreamy Pink color. It's a beautiful pink. And then the interior is this really pretty kind of periwinkle blue. So for this one, I have used some of my printables that I have in my shop, Anna Jolene printables on Etsy, and I carry all sizes of the Hobonichi. So whether that is the cousin, the weeks, or this one, the A6, I have these calendar inserts as well as several other inserts that you can print out and paste into your planner. And that way you can really customize your planner or journal. So I explain everything more in detail about how I'm going to be using this in my setup video, but basically I am going to be using this section as a kind of line per day or word per day. So I just want to have all my memories in one spot. In the monthlies here, I'm going to be using this as a gratitude. So I'll kind of show you how I've been doing it in my current journal. So basically I just have a little bit of washi and I write everything that I'm grateful for. So I've been using this for all of 2020. This is my current journal and it's quite chunky now. So this is the second half of the year, and then this is actually what the first half of the year looks like. So by the end of the year it does get quite chunky, and that's why I tend to go for the Avec. And if you're curious, this is the Bonbons plaid cover in the bitter, and then this one is from the 2021 lineup. It's actually the black gingham. So back to how I'm going to be using this techo. So the monthlies is all for gratitude. I have my kind of mood board and my vision board, and I do this in every single techo that I have, just to keep something inspiring. And then in the daily pages, I will be just journaling every single day. And I really love this practice. I think it's very beneficial for me and it keeps me creative. And then in the title page, I will always put a quote in. So whether that's an affirmation or an inspiring quote, that is what I keep here. These are the two pencil boards that I'm keeping in this techo. I like to have two because I like to have one on each side of the page. And then at the very back, I am just going to be using the My 100s here to keep track of the TV shows. So once again, I do have a running list in my current techo, so I'm definitely going to reach the 100 by the end of this year. So I'm excited to start a new one for next year. So once again, I do have a setup video, so if you guys want to see everything more in detail and how I decorate everything, I will link that video. This is the July to December, so I haven't fully set this up yet. It doesn't really have anything in there except for this die cut and a couple of washi stickers, but I will probably do a setup video once July comes on this, showing you how this turned out and then also setting this one up. So this is one of my must-haves in my journaling system. It's probably one of my favorites. So that is the Hobonichi Avec. I do have another A6 Hobonichi, but this is actually the grid notebook. So this cover is the strawberry milk. So they recently did a Meet Again release, which basically they re-released some older covers from previous lineups and you were able to purchase them once again. So I picked this one up from last year's because I missed out on it, and I have put the Nonohana cover on it. I thought it was really sweet looking with this color combination. But basically I have one of the A6 grid notebooks. So there is no dates, there's nothing on the pages except for grid, and the grid does have 4 different colors. So you have like a pinky, red, a blue, a green, and then it goes into purple. And I really like this size because I think it's very cute and compact, and I really like how it looks like when it's all chunked up. But I'm going to be using this as my challenge journal. I do take part in various challenges on Instagram. For example, I do the Kawaii journal hosted by Rainbow Holic a lot, so that's what I'm going to be using this for. So I'll show you, this is kind of how my current kawaii journal has been. So it definitely gets quite chunky, and I do a different style of journaling in this one. So this is my 2020 one, and then this will be the new one that I'm going to be moving into in the new year. So if you know of any other journaling challenges on Instagram, please let me know about them in the comments below, because I really enjoy doing the prompts every month. I just think it's a nice different type of journaling for me, and I tend to journal about different things, so I really like how it's a different experience for me, but I still have the creative process as well. So that is my challenge journal. This is one of my A5 Hobonichi grid notebooks. So this cover is the green apple gingham, and I just have a postcard in there, and I haven't set this one up yet because the year hasn't started. But this will quickly fill up with pictures and die cut stickers and all that. But basically I have another one of the A5 Hobonichi notebooks. So again, there's nothing in it apart from the grid, and I like to have this just in case there's something that I want to journal about that has bigger pamphlets or postcards or bigger pictures that won't fit in the A6 size. You can see that the A6 size is quite small, so sometimes things like postcards won't fit in it. So that's why I like to have a A5 just in case there are things that I want to journal about that have larger pictures or pamphlets that I don't want to cut down. So that is what this is for. It's more of a random journal, whereas the other ones would be kind of everyday, or they serve a purpose like the challenge one. So this one is just anything else that won't fit in the smaller A6 size. So my current journal for 2020 looks like this, and this is the Bonbon Plaid Suite. So I do have quite a lot of pages still to go, and I do have my Astro Boy pencil board in here. So once the new year starts, I will move this pencil board into here to use. So that is my A5 Hobonichi journal. I really love this color. It's a lot different than what I'm used to because of the bright pale yellow, but I just think that this cover is so gorgeous, and it's really photogenic as well. So I'm looking forward to moving into this one in the new year. And lastly, I do have my Hobonichi week. So I have done a full setup video on this one, and I'm actually using this as a planner slash journal. So some of it is journaling, some of it is planning. So in the monthlies, I'm actually going to use it as a finance planner. And on the weeklies, as you can see, I have just started using it, but I will write my events on this side, my to-dos here in the center. This section here is my highlights of the day, and over here I write a little bit about my day. So it's a little bit of micro journaling in this one section, which I really enjoy, but the main bulk of the journaling in this particular week's is actually my reading journal. So if you don't know, I'm an author, and I work as an author assistant for other best-selling authors, but I also have a book blog, and I write for Fresh Fiction as well as a reviewer and columnist. And so I do read a lot, and I do need to keep track of the advanced reader copy books that I get for review purposes. So having a reading journal like this is going to be really beneficial for me. So basically that is what I'm going to be using all of this note pages at the very back. I'm going to be using as my reading log. So I'm going to be writing the books that I read, I'm going to be rating them, I'm going to be talking about the key points that I'm going to mention in my review. So previously I've actually been using another one of these kikki.K A5 notebooks, and the actual notebook that I have in here is from kikki.K, and I do have a whole setup video on this, and this is where I was writing out reviews. So I would have the title, the author, how many stars I was giving it, the genre, and then just the key points, what I loved, what I didn't like about the book, and I would put the pictures at the very bottom. And this was working for me, but I just found that I didn't really need that many pages. As you can see towards the end, I was writing less and less. And so I just found that this size was too big and I was wasting a lot of space. So I have decided to move everything here at the back of the weeks so that I don't have to carry so many different notebooks around. And hopefully I will be able to maintain it in this smaller planner. And I do also have different trackers at the back just to keep track of the different books. So these are using the printables that are in my shop. So I keep track of the genres that I'm going to be reading every single month. And I use this yearly tracker that has January to December here. So I would write all the genres down here, and then I would write how many of those genre books that I have read in 1 month. So for example, I can say that, oh, I've read 7 contemporary books in January, 8 cozy mysteries, and so on and so forth. So I have all that listed. Then on another yearly tracker, I just have debut, new to me, favorite, and audiobooks. So I will just tally how many debut authors that I've read in January and so on. And then lastly, I do have the star rating. So I want to know how many 5-star books I've read in January, how many 4 stars, etc. So that is going to be my little reading journal that's in the back of my Hobonichi weeks. And I'm hoping that that's going to be enough space for me. So we'll see how this kind of turns out. So these are all my journals that I'm going to be using for 2021. There are quite a lot, but I do think that they all serve a different purpose. And this system has been working really good for me for the past several years, and so I don't really want to change too much of it. I just modified things a little bit and put them in different journals just so that I can get the best functionality out of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys plan on purchasing from my shop, Anna Jolene Printables, then please use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off of your order. And don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel for more videos from me. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!